Hi there guys, it's Jenny here from Just Jenny Journaling. Welcome back to my channel. This is the second part of the project that I've been sharing about covering a mini file folder, like a mini binder thing. So in the last video, so first of all we had the flip through of the Stamperia patchwork paper pad, and then we basically took one of these, haven't we, with the blue one, and covered the outside, covered the inside as well, and we ended up with this. So I've done a little bit more off camera, and today what I thought I'd do is share just what I've done with the index cards, and also let's put some index, like the folder binder, you know, dividers together. So since I switched off the camera last, so we covered this, hadn't we? I've added, oh yeah, we did the hole, did we? I don't think we did put the rivet in, but anyway, so we've done use a crocodile to put the rivet in. I've obviously placed the elastic. I also got some more of the little remnant of fabric that we covered the front with, which was kindly mailed in a happy mail to me from Camille in Australia. From her Instagram was Writing My Renaissance. I couldn't remember it in the first video, and that's what it was. She's taking a year out at the moment, but fantastic posts about her journaling journey and using some beautiful things. So what I've done, I got a little bit of the scrap, and I backed it onto some cardstock, and then I popped it on the back here to make a little pocket to pop some bits in should I wish to. Little bits and pieces can go in there like so. So I reinforced it on the cardboard, and then I sort of stuck a pocket onto there, doubled it under here. Where are we? Put it under here. I also, what else have I done? Done a bit of patchworking here, because I thought it was quite nice, the fact that it's patchwork themed, the paper. So I didn't like the expanse of blue here on the inside of the spine, so I used the remainder of the fabric, a little bit of lace, and so it covered the inside of the spine so it's not so stark. And also got some elastic, and all I've done on this is I decided to put the elastic vertical, yes, place it on a vertical, yeah, on a vertical sort of angle, because I'm not sure yet whether I want to pop something on here like so. I'm not sure. This is quite nice. I'll probably pop it on with a brad. Not sure what I want to do with that, so we'll leave that. I've also popped, because I would like to put a little dangle on here, probably something quite chunky. So this is a little Tim Holtz doobry that I've basically, you attach it, well, it's kind of with a brad, and I popped it in there like so. Can you see? Usually I'd cover that up, but it was an afterthought. I would usually put it on before I put the fabric on, but you know, it's not a big deal for me. It's only mine. So that's what we've done so far. Oh yes, also taken some cut some of the scrapbook paper to just to make extra cards, and I've done a little bit of collaging. You remember I tea dyed the index cards, so we've done that, and basically done a little bit of decorating on some of the index cards. The tea dyeing, now I think, is it Jessica Rapp from 2 Silver Oranges or 3 Silver Oranges on YouTube, was doing a flip through the other day of one of her projects, and was saying, you know, when she does her tea dyeing, which was a really good idea, she puts the applies the tea as hot tea on her papers for a really rich mellow, really rich colour, because this looks coffee dyed to me rather than tea dyed. So I tried it, and that's the result. So that's just from tea dyeing. I was really quite impressed. So thank you for that, Jessica. That was fabulous. So basically just added some washi here and there. And what you can do, you know, and I've ironed them. So I've ironed them, added a bit of washi, bit of scrapbook paper here and there. And So that's what I've done. So I just need to now, so I've taken some little bits of the papers and just hole punch them and pop those in. So I wanted to share with you, the next step for me would be creating some dividers. The actual thing comes with some Perspex dividers, which if you wanted to keep, you could. To be honest, you could keep these Perspex little jobbies. I didn't want to. And then I started with the thought of actually making templates of all the different dividers with the tabs at different levels. And then I remembered that I actually do have a little tab punch, which means I can add tabs wherever I like, which suited me fine, to be fair, a lot better. So here you go. Let's just put some of these in. I've cut out 5 pieces. Now I'll show you. I've cut out 5 pieces for dividers. These are beautiful because they're double-sided, as you know, with Stamperia, which is lovely. And I'll probably add more. Look at that. Look at the detail of that. I just love it. I might collage on top of that. I'm not sure. So that reflects. Remember, I think there's that on the back there. It was from the front of the paper pad, but that was. I just love it. And then there's this one. I think when I open up, I think that's the first divider that I'd like to see, because I think that's a really good subliminal reminder. So all I did with those guys is I got a piece of paper. Oh yes, for me, I was finding it a challenge, to be honest, to get the holes in the right place so that the cards will all be in the same level. If you see what I mean. It's a really cheap and cheerful hole punch. Let's pop that just there like so, so I know that we've got enough. Yeah, do you know, it's a cheap and cheerful one, and I do think that somewhere else in the house we have another hole punch that's got the little measuring, you know, you get the little measuring, like a ruler thing that comes out, and then you can measure. Yeah, I've got one somewhere. I don't know where it is. They come out a bit like Buzz Lightyear wings, you know. Anyway, that's for all the mummies amongst you who know who Buzz Lightyear is and what the toys do, which are fantastic. His wings kind of flip open. So all I did with that was I kind of got the actual bit of the image that I wanted, and I popped the hole punched it first, and then I just used a card, because the Perspex dividers are actually the same size as the cards. I didn't realise. I would have thought in my head they'd be a bit bigger, but they're not. And so I just kind of popped it like that, and that way, and then I cut round it. I just cut round it like so, so I would know that the hole placements would hold it level. You see what I mean? You guys are probably all shouting because you know how to do it properly and how to use the ruler thing on your more expensive, perhaps less cheap and cheerful hole punch than mine. And by the time I do this again, I may well have found the other one and figured out how to use the ruler thing. But until then, that's basically how I kind of gauged it. And there's a tiny little bit, can you see, just a tiny little few millimeters really on the edge here that overlap. So I'm just going to take that little bit off on my paper trimmer, which conveniently is just beside, where my camera's set up. Just taking a tiny bit off there, guys. Oh, there you go. There you go. So that way I'll know that that is the right kind of size. So let's just first start off with inking. What inks have I got? I decided I've got like a blue, and I've got some of this olive green as well. Stays on. So let's go for where it's kind of bluey. So where that's, shall we just, This is quite a bright blue, I think, from the right. It's called the Broken China, Tim Holtz one. And let's just pop it on the sides really roughly. I do have a spongy thing, a spongy tool somewhere. As we finish this, I'm going to be putting the tabs on the coffee journals that need to be finished. That's what I'll be doing later on today. But I do, if you remember, this is for my daughter's kind of homeschooling prep that I'm going through right now, this little folder, this file, and I do need it, so I've kind of popped everything else aside so that I could actually just work on this. And I thought I'd turn the camera on and share the process, because you can get all sorts of mini dividers, binder things, and bigger ones. I've got a couple of larger ones that I've needed to customise as well. I've already got bits and pieces in, so there you go. So we'll do that. I tell you what, let's just you don't want to be seeing me do all that, do you, to be fair? I wonder. A bit boring really, unless I'm flash enough to be able to fast forward this bit. I might be able to with my new sort of editing app that I've got on the go. Yeah, so I've just got this new, uploaded this new editing app. What do you call it? Downloading, I don't know. Called Splice, which I think is absolutely brilliant. And so it's helping me to sort of edit my videos and add music if possible too. But what was interesting the other day, I think it was with my Daphne's Diary, I added some music which I've popped on YouTube and I've popped on Instagram, and I sort of copied it over to Facebook, and was quite surprised to find that Facebook took it off after 45 seconds. They muted it and said there were copyright issues on the music chosen, which I found a bit of surprise because it was one of the options that was given with this kind of purchased app. Don't know if any of you guys have been caught like that, which I would imagine they would have had clearance for to share like that, but maybe not. So I've just done a couple of others that I'm probably just going to use classical music for now until I know what I'm doing. I mean, I don't know if it's okay to use certain types of music for under a minute, because it was 45 seconds they decided to mute it from, which is fine. I kind of did it in ignorance. Let me know, guys, down below whether or not you've had any issues with that, or if you know better than I do, that when you purchase a service or like an editing kind of thing, that you're not really allowed to use some of the music that they present on there as usable. Oh yes, that's what I wanted to do as well, which you might do. I just wanted to see how, let's have a look. You know, I just picked up my new, let's try this one. You know, I just picked up my new vintage ephemera box from Rosie from our Atelier, and these little beauties came in them, and I just thought that on a couple of the, I will try on a couple of the lovely index cards, just to see what a little bit of stamping would look like. That probably is not going to be brilliant on that surface, to be fair. I'm going to move it aside, guys, and do it onto the worktop. And let's see. Sorry, because I have to really press it. It's not bad, is it? Quite subtle. Let's do it again. Let's try it on. Let's try it on camera. And if you can see, we could do 3, shall we? It's just that this little baskety thing is quite. There you go. It's quite, and it's not particularly hard, but it's a nice background. Oh, let's do another one and be done with it. Let's do another one and be done with it. So I thought that'd be quite pretty. So I will be doing more of a share of what different things to do with the index cards. Anyway, that's an aside. Let's do some tabs. Let's do some tabs. That looks really pretty. Let's pop that back in there. Now, this is the first, that was the first one I wanted. Let's go with that. So how many do we need? We need 7 tabs for the moment. 7 tabs, let's go for it. Here's my tab thing. And you can do it so that you've got tabs galore. Here you go. Right, here we go. Here we go. Let's go for it. Oh, I did do one. I kind of lost it. Yeah, let's go for. Let's cut that. Let's go for that way. Some with greens and some with blues, I think. Let's not do that. Let's see. You can do it so that you quite pretty. Yes, you can do it so that you I'll show you. You can double it over and have like a double tab to go over the page. Let's see how that works out for me if I go like that. You see where I've folded it? And then you can, so you do a single tab. Try not to do that. I'm so sorry. There you go. Right, so that's that one. Let's pop that there. Okay, so we've got that there like that. So you can pop it down like so. Oh, I got it. And so that the actual other, there you go. So the top is just below the top of the tab there. So there you go. So you can kind of have like an open tab, and then you just pop it on like so. That's quite nice actually, isn't it? That's quite tidy. That's quite tidy. Or you could do just single tabs. And I think, do you know, because although with the gluing, you know what my gluing is like, it's horrendous. It's probably neater in the long run to do the double to hide the gluing, but because these are double-sided and so beautiful, these papers, I thought I'd do mainly with these, I would just do the singles because it's just such beautiful paper, both sides. Oh, let's see how that turned out for me. That's not straight. Not too well. That's me trying to do it in frame and not, is that better? There we go. Oh, that's a nicer one. And then do you think we could do that? Let's see, without the cover down, that might be easier. That'd be lovely. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, I've got some blues. Oh, that's blue's nice. That bit of blue. So I don't know how your day's turning out. Ours, it's a beautiful, bright, clear winter's day here. Absolutely gorgeous. And my daughter and my mum and myself were out all day yesterday. So we're recuperating today, which is a bit of a shame because it's nice. We are actually having a home day. But it is a lovely day for, you know, getting wrapped up in a lovely winter walk. So, but the weeks can be so busy. And so it actually is nice, isn't it, just to stop. Some days, just to stop and be. Right. There we go. So yeah, I will probably, I don't know if I'll switch the camera on again with this, but when I add I might add a lovely, what's the word, bead dangle. I haven't had a good look yet to see what I quite fancy, but it needs to be something quite chunky, not too delicate and not too, you know, not too fussy for this particular project. Now, my Fabri-Tacs over here. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's get this. Let's get this, guys. It's just a little envelope thing that I put some stuff on, just to put some glue on. Life is good. So let's put that right at the top. Should we go for that or should we go for this? Or shall we be really flash and go for one of these? That's kind of... Yeah, let's go for that one. I think that would be quite nice. Let's go for my double on the top then, shall we? So, here we go. Let's Fabri-Tac that little bit. Am I going to... Probably going to Fabri-Tac the little bit of the... I'm Fabri-Tacking this because usually it's easier to control, a little easier to control than the Bostik that I normally use. It tends to go everywhere because the nozzle's so big. Okay. And I thought that's going to be nice. Having the, you know, having the horizontal rather than vertical elastic. I can do different, I can be a bit more flash, can't I, with my tabs. Right, let's put that one a bit further down. I'm going to put that on the back because I'm probably going to cover this with love and greetings. I liked this quote here for this project, but with love and greetings really wasn't part of the deal for me on this one. So I'll probably pop a little sticker or something over that. So I'm just going to pop that on like so. Which way shall we go with that, guys? Let's go for that. Yeah, there you go, that's that. That was going to go on last, wasn't it? Let's have a... Let's have... Oh, yes. Or shall we go for that? Let's go a bit further down there like so. Just a little. Not huge. Or let's not cover up the little ship. I like that. There we go. What did we say? Yeah, let's go for that like that. That worked out quite well, didn't it? Oh, yes. You know what I forgot to do, though? Not that's imperative. I forgot to ink the tabs. But, you know, I suppose I could do that after, couldn't I? So let's put that there to dry. And then we've got this one. Let's go a bit further down. Let's go a bit further down here. Where's that one? Let's go for... Right, here we go. There we go. So you could either, do you know what? I'm sure if you haven't got a tab punch, it wouldn't be a big deal to make yourself a little template and cut some out, or just do just plain squares, you know, that'd be fine, wouldn't it? Just do plain squares, or if you've got a round circle punch, to do half circles would be quite natty, I think. Oh, that's nice and green. Let's have a look. Half circles would be natty, wouldn't they? To be honest, they'd do nicely. I'll pop that down like that for now. And we can always pop more on, can't I? I can pop more on, but I think that's a good start. That's a good start. So yeah, if you pick up... No, let's go for that. If you pick up one of these little lovelies, say at one of your, you know, a little binder like this, your local charity shop, or as some of you say, op shops. I noticed some of our Aussie crafters have op shops, and in America you have your thrift stores. Over here we have our good old charity shops. Have a go, make them pretty. If, like me, you have, you know, a need of something functional, which we all do sometimes, don't we? That's a hard call, that one, to be fair, isn't it? That could be nice. Well, that could be nice. Well, let's go for that one. Unless we really break our own rule. Oh no, let's just do that and use that for now. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how that goes with you guys. Right. There you go. There you go. Right. So, God, we're on 26 minutes already. 26 minutes already. So that's it, guys. Do you know what? I'm going to stop this video now because it's going to be a bit of a pain trying to upload it. It's really long. And then I'll do another one just popping it all together. Okay, see you in a mo. Bye. Bye.